That belongs in a museum.
The presence of Kodo of Deadly Shot. Decides to save that Frost Nova, most likely to just prevent big damage from Savannah Highmane attacks or Call of the Wild attacks.
Yep.
But the Kodo still able to take out the Doomsayer, so big swing there for the Canadian player.
Yeah, Rosty's got a few options here. Looks like he could just, it's if Rosty will let him attack. I think that's the key.
Which is what Rosty's going to try and avoid doing. So we do see the Ice Barrier get triggered, putting Rosty up to an effective 34 health. So a lot of health to work with, but he's going to be taking big chunks of damage if Cydonia has anything to say about it.
Yeah, Rosty has actually now picked up an Ice Block, so there's with Ice Block and Alexstrasza in hand, you've got at least some form of safety net, and you can start to plan how many turns you need to win the game.
What I think Rosty's really going to be looking to do is try to set up the offensive Alexstrasza into a one-turn lethal with the fireballs and such. Looks like he's just going to go ahead and play the Emperor, Ice Lance, the Highmane. Going to get reduction on this. It does give him, he only has a little bit of burn in hand, so the offensive Alexstrasza not really looking particularly appealing at this point, but he does save himself some damage here in terms of forcing his opponent to deal with the Emperor, but Call of the Wild, that's going to deal with Emperor all right, and allow Cydonia to continue to push a lot of damage.
Yeah, even with the Highmane frozen, that's a hit for 8 this turn, and the Emperor's killed, as you said. So the Emperor will allow Rosty to actually just squeeze in, extra stuff over the course of a couple of turns, as we see, like,
Rosty has a lot of freeze effects, so he is at 23 here. So we go ahead and ping, drop the Ice Block and the Loot Hoarder. This does leave 6 minions on Cydonia's side. Still has room to fit something in here.
Yeah, you got to think about as well. I believe Rosty's list is not playing a Flame Strike, so that alters what you have to play around in terms of health on your minions as well. And obviously, Cydonia will be fully aware of that. So his Highmane's looking
to pick up a couple of additional burn spells to go with that Fireball. He has the cost reduction on both Alexstrasza and Frost Nova. He may be able to just Blizzard. There's another Blizzard.
Yep.
He may be able to get his Loot Hoarder killed, dig a little bit deeper, find some burn, and set up just consecutive freezes that allow him to win this game before Cydonia can assemble enough damage.
Yeah, and Cydonia will definitely be focused on pressing that hero power every single turn, almost regardless of what he draws. As you said, he needs some confirmed damage every single turn to be able to have a chance against freeze mages. Rosty's doing a really good job of just slowing the game down turn after turn, and he's, as you said, he's still got a Frost Nova.
He is hoping to assemble another Fireball, a Frostbolt, or maybe pick up a Pyroblast in the next couple of turns.
Yeah, we see the Alec there not win the joust, but you can follow with a Stranglethorn Tiger, and that adds up to leave 2 mana spare, so we don't know what he's going to use that for. Just get that other hero power on and keep going. So the Ice Barrier is up for Rosty though, so he's, again, because the pressure is so minion based, has got a guaranteed +8 once one of these guys attacks.
And here Rosty, I think, is debating how he wants to use his mana. He could fire off the Alexstrasza, but again, he's not really in a position where he has anywhere near enough burn at the moment. He does need to keep this board under control. Yeah, I was gonna say I would not be surprised to see a Doomsayer come out here to at least force a Deadly Shot out of Cydonia.
Yeah, I think
that can maybe protect the Alexstrasza to get a single hit in, and maybe that's enough to win the game.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones where if you can just never play Doomsayer because it's going to be killed, then what's the point? You may as well take it out of your deck. So you just put it down there. It's as good as it was going to get for Rosty. He knows now 1 Deadly Shot's gone, so it's a lot less likely that the second one is going to be in the hand for Cydonia. We can see it is, of course, but Rosty's just baiting out the first one to try and give his Alexstrasza the best chance at life possible.
And now Rosty, the card he wants to see next is Pyroblast. If he picks up Pyroblast, he can cast Alexstrasza into Frost Nova. There's a Forgotten Torch. Not quite going to cut it here in terms of what he needs for damage. He really has to play the Alexstrasza before he can start playing damage, because you're not gonna kill all of these. You need to just kind of hope that you find the burn that you need. And that you can keep yourself alive, through the couple of turns between the Nova and the Ice Block and Barrier you have. And that's exactly what Rosty does. He fires off Alexstrasza, Frost Nova locks up the board. We know that Cydonia has the Deadly Shot to kill the Alexstrasza, but if it were not there, he'd just have lethal next turn.
Yeah, it's really Rosty just doing what he can there to set up a win condition. And we've seen this from him before as well, where just the ability to very quickly identify exactly what needs to happen for you to win the game from any point.
And this is just, you know, up to break it. And Cydonia is just going to go ahead and throw damage at Rosty here.
Yeah, I really like this. As this burn is not going anywhere else this game. Alexstrasza's gone, Emperor's gone. Well, you know, what are you waiting for?
Mirror image, that is not going to do too much here. I believe that Rosty has easily the damage to break the block even through mirror image.
Yeah, he has 19, right? Because he uses the 2 small minions to get through the images anymore, so you may as well just play it now. I don't think there's really, you're holding off for maybe Thalnos. I don't think the +1 spell power is worth it. As you said, if Pyroblast comes off, then you're going to need to be able to cast it. So
yeah, Rosty, next turn, if he draws Pyroblast, if he draws Roaring Torch or Fireball, he has the tools to win the game. Cydonia, if those cards are not there, he easily has the power to take things down. Rosty could get another redraw if he finds his other ice block, but barring that, you know, this game's going to be decided by Rosty's next draw.
Yeah, we see how close this matchup is. We were talking earlier where the winner of this matchup is going to get a huge advantage in the series overall, and this is a pretty close one as it's all just, like you said, completely reliant on Rosty's draw as to how this turns out now.
You know, these players have battled back and forth with a lot of powerful cards so far. What is it for Rosty? It's Arcane Intellect.
Gives him another 2 chances.
It can be fire. And there's Fireball.
And there's the Fireball.
Fireball closes it out. Rosty takes the lead in this series 2-1.
Yeah, that was a very, very close game.
That was whew, nail biter right there.
Yeah, and again, just Rosty knowing exactly how he needs to win the matchup, identifying very early that he was not going to be able to deal with that board.